Gotcha. We're just prepping over here. You hear that? As always, music by O. Marcus. Only moments away from starting the video. Just a little bit of prep going on. Hi!
Lingering obscurity within a culture swathed with ex-military, Rangers, Green Beret.
Okay, so it's always weird starting up, dropping iPads. These live streams, so used to making full video content. So we're gonna try and do this one a little bit more full video content. Be patient with me because unlike a full video, I can't be editing out all the camera repositioning and so on. So that first round there for that little intro, it's a lot wetter on the inside core than I would like, but that's what happens when you go and collect your own wood a lot of the time. Just trying to find old Marcus to put back on track for you guys. So let's see if we can reverse this camera for a second. I'm gonna go for a little bit of a walk, explain what we're doing. Okay, apparently the sky is completely blown out, but here we are. We've got all of this to process still to make our first cord of wood for the winter. So what brought this on, these live streaming series of events, we've still got other videos to do coming up. We've got our hobo fall shelter quick setup tutorial, as well as our fall seasonal pack load-in. So all of this sort of started because in one of the videos a while back, I can't remember which one, I think it's the knife sheath modification video, someone had noticed that, speaking of wood, that there was this jong in the background. Jong being Cantonese, mukyan jong, Cantonese for wooden postman, which is a Wing Chun tool made of wood. I won't get into the explanation of it too much right now, but thought about it for a bit and thought we're going to switch over some of our videos coming up to live streams on weekends. And so after this one, the wood one was just a little bit of levity since COVID and the emergency of all that and learning to live off the land and distrust in government, so on and so forth. A number of reasons that are flying around out there. the survival traits and old world kind of survival traits have kind of fallen away. So a lot of people got interested in bushcraft. So this genre or niche has been a little oversaturated as a result. And so it's getting hard to push, and you get some burnout editing these videos, making these videos. I'm doing it all myself. I do have assistance, drone work from A. Davidson, and a lot of camera assistance from RV. And she's also appeared in some of the videos as well as A. Davidson. But yeah, I'm basically writing scripts myself, editing, coming up with concepts, filming, everything, promotion is all me, like a lot of YouTube people. So we're going to see what we can do with these live streams that apparently, since the algorithm has recently changed, I was getting used to with all the subscribers I've gotten over the last year and a half, anywhere between 200 to 500 views. Some were getting up to the 1,000, 7,000 views and good watch hours. A couple up at 16,000, one at 19,000. So thanks for everybody for that. But yeah, we figured we'd try out this live stream fraction, because the longer people watch, and each individual person that watches over a period of time, all of that time builds up. So in all levity and sort of making a commentary on a lot of the bushcraft clickbait that's out there. You'll see some hot shot exposing a bit of skin of some woman on the thumbnail, doing some bushcraft. You get into it and don't really get that, but sex sells, so here we are. Let's split a bit of wood. All I hear is innuendos. If you're out there, let me know you're out there. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know if you've got any requests for live videos coming up. And we split that one first round, and we're going to get into a little bit of kindling. We don't have a kindling hatch on us, so it looks like there's a tomahawk here. Good miss, good miss. Tiny little bits. Good way to split in this kind of scenario. Lay it flat. Use the hatchet on it as your leverage point. It's a little tall for this process, but you can also just use a separate hand. Like so. Of other things planned for this live stream, saying about an hour, could go longer. Just a lot of other stuff that is going to go on. So if you get bored, just leave us on. Make dinner. It's a little cold out, but as it warms up, I'm sure some clothing will be shed. Bit of heat. And what would doing any of this be without some good old manly chewing tobacco? Not that I'm advocating the use of this. This is for you, the viewers, not for you kids out there. Don't smoke. Another good way, when you get down to smaller pieces like this, you want to keep your fingers out of the way. So, using a cut-off piece to bracket, got no fingers to cut off. moved the recording communication unit a little closer so that I can see your questions and see where everyone's coming to us from. Let us know. Rafa from Asu? I'm not sure what that means. Well, welcome. Getting through the knot there. We've got some more cutting to do in a bit, some bigger rounds as well. I'm just getting through a little bit of this right now. Making some kindling. We were gifted this antique splitting maul, which we used on our first drenched maul. It gave us a little bit of trouble getting through it. Drenched round, I should say. And basically this thing has been a little bit abused and brutalized, so we're going to see if we can snap this handle off today so that we can do a replacement for another video coming up. But in the meantime, let's get through some more of this kindling. We've also linked, not that it's relevant to woodcutting at all, the community's a little lousy with a lot of different off-road type vehicles and such. So don't mind noise reduction.
Because the break is often enough to shake off leeches that like to go harder the more we try to pull the leashes. Move on, only thing I can send my regrets are pieces worth the Jonesy's piece of art is a gift to a child, pages, nephews, nieces. Hoes thinking on days when I'm overthinking. Supposed to posters on the road to no more social linking. Father had that bipolar. I hope
So
that
what we
I
got out there right now?
tried to pray, but some days it's like a door that I sink to when I hit it. I don't use my heart enough. I don't love me. I don't see the value in
Hearing that the music's a little loud, is that correct?
I haven't placed there, I'm running. I'm in the water, blinded by the beauty while I'm hunting for the one thing. Grass on my face,
Well, that's the
trapped
case.
in the maze of my ways.
I'm not going to bother trying to...
Downfall.
We've already got our first infraction.
But I'm up by the time that I'm on call. Grass on my face, trapped in the maze of my ways. It's a downfall.
Sounds a little better up there.
But I'm up
Again,
by the
taking
time
one
that
piece.
I'm on call. On the fish of
Separating
focus, hosting a liquor process prick the
Calm
paper,
down.
and people show it poses. Nothing, searching for the substance,
Exactly
surfing on
the
a
best
budget,
for this.
persevering, seeking what's
This is
behind
the
the
cricket
front end.
tomahawk.
Oh shit, posted
Nice
with the
thing about
notebook,
this guy
stoked
is
enough to show up here, stoked enough to throw up funk, found it, prop it up on a
head is
pedestal,
removable.
crowned it. How it came
Not sure
to
that's
me,
gonna
it
wanna
seems that
come off
nothing
right
changed,
here.
they doubt it. Must be microscopic, missing. Most of the times I dodge and kiss it. From now on, when it talks and listen, to lose more time with it is not on the list. The mission is
Got
loud
it
and
on
clear,
the
won't miss
pretty
it.
good.
Even if they can't hear it, they'll feel it in their head.
There we go.
What's displayed?
So,
When you mirror
come
the
apart,
abyss, peer
real
into the
easy.
wrist and afford of a
It's just
who's
pressure
on the
fitted
moving
back on.
Concord. Some days I find myself standing on this
Basically,
very ship and lost for the
tuck
very
it into a
second
pack
that I'm
with the
on
lid guarded.
for downfall.
Throw it on. Give it a few slams down
It's a
on a
downfall.
hard surface.
But I'm up by the time that I'm on
Tight.
call. Grass on my face, trapped in the maze of my ways. It's a downfall.
Makes a pretty good throwing hatchet as well. Maybe we'll get into
But
that a
I'm
little
up
bit
by the
later.
time that I'm on call.
Sometimes I feel
Seen a
like
few
I'm the
people on
rebirth
board
of
here. Where are you guys
Machiavelli,
from?
a newer version of Einstein, Machiavelli, cause I spit iller than these MCs scared. In fact, I just got these MCs scared. Yeah. Sometimes I feel the black
Imagine
as my
this
brain is
kindling is
oozing
looking a
knowledge,
little boring to
losing
everybody out
inspiration
there.
as my pen is bleeding ink.
We
This
don't
full of
have-
air drowning when I spit, and all these ideas just being gone in circles like a maze. With
generic.
the grass burning, I'm earning a third
Can't
dance
back.
from fly.
Candy right now, we can step inside and grab that if you guys want to hold on for a second. I think I was mentioning we did link a product to this live stream. Obviously not that it has anything to do with chopping wood. It's just a fun little product. It was advised to keep political affiliations and associations out of my YouTube channel, especially because my perspective tends to be a little bit
that
libertarian.
I'm on call. Grass on my face,
But
trapped in a maze on my
what's the
ways.
use of having a
It's
bit of
the
a
downfall.
voice if you're not going to use it for your belief system?
But
So,
I'm up by the time that I'm on
the
call.
hoodie that's been uploaded recently, if you want to have a look, I can describe the image. It's basically kind of a 1984 meets Aldous Huxley concept with a lot of missing of kindling, a lot of CCTV cameras amalgamated and collaged in with bird wings representing freedom and the lack of freedom and privacy, as well as some barbed wire and stuff. And it's an old quote I came up with hopping through,
Having trouble trying to get
finding a
through my
couple of the
days.
most important
I've been
things to carry
seeking
with you of
patience,
all.
but it always runs away. I came back around to eliminate
Good
this
book.
pain.
So the
But
quote
finally
being,
getting
know your
home,
exits and
I
carry a
try
good
to
book.
place restraint inside, trying to reach
On
in
the
and
front,
find almost for all my
you've got a
mates.
direct
Almost for all
quote
the
from
shit.
Edward
Get it
Teach,
and unload my honestness. Eyes
better
glued
known
to
as
the screen,
Blackbeard,
feeling like I used to
Tyrant,
be.
who
Can't
was a
recline, I'm doing
Freemason.
this. Can't recline, I'm
Originally,
doing me. Not working on my dreams. I don't
a
want
lot
to
of
be.
Freemasons turned to ISIS piracy
I look
after
into
the
the
Crusades,
vacant van and I'm rejoicing, but this is my whole
losing
purpose.
faith in church
First
and
I'ma
state. And his quote, can't remember it exactly on hand, but that's down the front with the graphics from his
I've been
actual
having
pirate
trouble
novel.
trying to get through my days.
And
I've been seeking
I ordered
patience,
one for
but it
myself,
always runs away.
and the
I came
camera
back around to eliminate this pain,
collage
but finally
that's on the
getting
back
home,
of the hoodie
I
will be
try to
available
place
pretty
restraints.
soon as well.
Place restraints. Place restraints.
Okay, that's
Place restraints.
the box is getting pretty full.
Place
Do a couple more and we'll grab the other half packs. And I'll show you guys some tricks with that.
I've been having trouble trying to get through my days. I've been seeking patience, but it always runs away. I came back around to eliminate this pain, but find it getting harder more I try to place restraints.
Oh, Marcus, are you out there somewhere? This isn't really an Onlyfans video.
The more I try
I was
to
teasing
place
me about that
restraints.
earlier. If you're out there, let us know. Take a bow to your soundtrack.
The more I try to place restraints.
When we gonna understand that we are put on earth to live? That's all it's about. Everybody wants to figure out how complicated life
Getting a
is.
little loose.
Break it down.
As I mentioned,
This
this
is what I
hatchet,
truly
or
think.
quote-unquote
I really
tomahawk,
think that
isn't actually meant for splitting wood
it's gonna
necessarily.
keep
It's more of
going
like a
on.
throwing hatchet
War gonna
for
keep going on.
competition
Frustration
and
gonna
stuff
keep
like
going on.
that.
Ain't gonna keep going on.
Interesting
Till we finally go
fact
back down
about
to the simplest
tomahawks.
words. Love.
Not a tomahawk. Nowadays, I guess, like colloquialism, standard-wise, and whatever, objects tend to amalgamate, sort of lose their original meanings. Tomahawk traditionally was a lot more like a shillelagh. So do you hear that? A lot more like an Irish shillelagh. Sort of a stick with a round ball on the top, used for bashing. What you see in old comic books and movies and stuff, the kind of like stone bladed or later metal were actually considered trade axes. This is all stuff that I found out working all those years for the United Nations Full Circle First Nations Performance Group, Talking Stick Festival back during the Olympics in Vancouver, and a few years before that I was with them. So we're pretty good with the kindling. If you guys want to hang tight a minute, we'll go and get our other axe. So, not a mall. You might remember this one from our video back a while ago. There's a $50 axe made by Pass. Got off Amazon. Where a lot of bushcrafting channels will tell you gotta buy super expensive products in order to bushcraft. We focus on more of the finest, cheapest that's out there. Give reviews. This one passed the test of flying colors. $50. Great oak handle. Carbon steel head, which means that it sharpens really easily, and it holds its sharp for a lot longer than most other axes. Along the spine, we've burned inch markings. There's a video on there on the channel about that as well. Let's do a split of a half round. This is the one we started with, so it's quite wet. We're going to actually pass on that. Try this one, a little wet as well. So not a splitting axe, but there are some tricks to this. So it's in there. Flip it upside down. Try not to take over your camera. Now, we're putting it upside down and sledgehammering with the weight of the round on top of it tends to create a better split. So this, which would normally take like anywhere between like probably 5 to 8 swings, you can get done hopefully 2. Bingo. So again, sink your head in. Never mind, we're just going to power through it. There. A little lighter swing. Bring it up over your shoulder. Careful with this. Bring it down, sledgehammer it into your cutting ring. Splits it, no problem. Now we're kind of back to kindling. And we're not going to get brave with this as we get closer down. A little bit of a hang tight. Well, we're far beyond Marcus now. We can swing it back a bit.
This is a beautiful morning. Get up, everyone. Come on. Rise and shine. What a nice day today.
Sorry, are you saying that the speaker is still close to the phone? Well, let's move it anyway. Okay, last one. And we're going to try and see if we can break the handle on that maul. If not, we'll do a little bit of repair and walk you guys through that. The shirt is awfully baggy. I feel like an old man. braces I'm wearing came from Mexico from a company called Hide and Drink a while back. Kind of fun, a little alternative to a belt. Feel like a private detective or something. Hitting on angles. This one's going through the center on an awkward curve. More bash than cut, I think. We're doing a little shorter rounds that we're breaking down just because the wood stove we have inside the cabin is a little smaller. Okay, let's get this big ass round up here. Let's see if we can't break us a maul. Alright, for those of you that are just tuning in, for those of you just tuning in, this is the antique maul we were gifted today for the video. Doesn't have really any distinctive markings saying what company it might be, but yeah, pretty sweet. So the thing with this maul is that it's been misstruck a number of times and a little trashy. So we're going to see if we can break it, which will lead to us doing a video of replacing the handle. Oh, it's a wet round. It's going to take a few swings. It's also rather large, so I don't know that we're going to make it through this thing. Let's try flipping it over, see what the other side's like. Ooh, that's a lot of wet. Not that doesn't help that I have all these trees behind me either. Solid hit. Let's back this camera up a little bit, shall we? Just making some camera adjustments. Nobody ever comments. All these calls to action. Where are you from? Let me know you heard about the video. see how the axe is just sinking in? You're not getting much of a crack. It's because the core of this is pretty sopping wet still. We are tracing back from the edge down where generally, like the first round we did was a lot smaller, but also it's pretty dry. But also split a lot easier. Oh, it's a sponge. Pretty committed though. Heard it that time. Get it. Get it. The wood splitter sitting right there. Ooh. Nice. Another good one. think we're getting somewhere.
Wake up and shake the fog off. Another page to the log. Bringing up the brain to spew another monologue. Dancing with uncertainty. The more you beat yourself, you keep your hand from reaching out to the route. Only found myself nodding off. Took a break because a break is often enough to shake off leeches that like to go harder. The more you try to pull the leashes, move on. Only thing I can send my regrets up. Pieces worth of Jonesy's piece of art is akin to a child pages, nephews, nieces. Holes sinking on days when I'm overthinking. Supposed to post was on the road to no more social linking. Father had never polar. I hope that I don't grow to fit it. Tried to pray, but some days it's like it, Lord, that I sink to when I hit it. I don't use my heart enough. I don't love me. I don't see the value in collective trust. I'm fumbling from these boundaries I haven't placed yet. I'm running. I'm in the water, blinded by the beauty while some hunting for the one thing. Grass on my face, trapped in the maze of my ways. It's the downfall. Put 'em up by the time that I'm on call. Grass on my face, trapped in the maze of my ways. It's the downfall. But I'm up by the time that I'm on call. On the official focus, hosting the liquor process prick the paper, and people show it poses. Nothing, searching for the substance, surfing on a budget, persevering, seeing what's behind the what if. Oh shit, posted with the notebook, stoked enough to show up, stoked enough to throw up, found it, prop it up on a pedestal, crowned it. How it came to me, it seems that nothing's changing, doubt it. Must be microscopic, missing. Most of the times I dodge and kiss it. From now on, when it talks, I listen. To lose more time with it is not on the list. The mission is loud and clear, won't miss it. Even if they can't hear it, they'll feel it in their hips. What's displayed? When you mirror the abyss, peer into the wrist, and a court of elusive rules on the moving concord. Some days I find myself standing on this very ship and lost for the very second that I'm on for. It's the downfall. It's the downfall. But I'm up by the time that I'm on call. Grass on my face, trapped in the maze of my ways. It's the downfall. But I'm up by the time that I'm on call.
Sometimes I feel like I'm the rebirth of Machiavelli, a newer version of Einstein, Machiavelli, cause I speak iller than these MCs scared. In fact, I just got these MCs scared. Yeah. Sometimes I feel the black as my brain is oozing knowledge, losing inspiration as my pen is bleeding ink. In this pool of air, drowning when I spit. And all these ideas just being gone in circles like a maze. With the grass burning, I'm earning a third eye so I can fly past the riders black bird's eye view. And round with all my fellas from Iran, the riders black on like damn bro, Iran. It's been way too long. Rappers thought I'm done, but they way too wrong. It's stuck in the riders black way too long. It's a downfall, but I'm coming up way too strong. It's a downfall. It's a downfall. But I'm up by the time that I'm on call. Grass on my face, trapped in the maze of my ways. It's the downfall. But I'm up by the time that I'm on call.
On that note, let's take a bit of a water break.
I've been having trouble trying to get through my days. I've been seeking patience, but it always runs away. I came back around to eliminate this pain, but find it getting harder more I try to place restraint inside. Trying to reach in and find honorable armaments, honorable omniscient. Scared than unload my honestness. Eyes glued to the screen, feeling like I used to be. Can't recline, I'm doing this. Can't recline, I'm doing me. Not working on my dreams, I don't wanna be. Yeah, take it then, I erase it then. I look into the vacant van.
Might be the perfect song for this.
First I'm gonna state it then, state it then, state it then. Yeah, state it then, state it then. Hey, state it then, state it then. Yeah, state it then, state it then. Yeah. I've been having trouble trying to get through my days. I've been seeking patience, but it always runs away. I came back around to find it getting harder. More I try to place restraints. 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 Place I've been having trouble trying to get through my days. I've been seeking patience, but it always runs away. I came back around to eliminate this pain, but find it getting harder. More I try to place restraints. The more I try to place restraints. The more I try to place restraints.
I don't even understand that we are put
Just a sponge through the center.
to love. That's all it's about. Everybody want to figure out how complicated life is and break it down. This is what I truly think. I really think that
Ooh, soft blows.
it's going to keep going on. War going to keep going on. Frustration going to keep going on. Anger going to keep going on till we finally go back down to the simplest word, love.
You know what? We also got a huge knot that's exposed itself through this bark falling off. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there isn't much chance of getting through this, as wet as it is, and inclusive of that knot, and giving it size with this tiny little maul. So we're gonna cop out and switch to something smaller for you. Some Logan hair going on. So this is more how it's supposed to go down. Adjusting adjustments. Keep going off of Marcus's track listing, so this might get flagged. Again, we'll give it a few more swings, but as you can see, it's another spongy piece. All of this colorization, the pink in the center, is moisture, but let's give it a few more swings and see what we can do. Got a bit of a Misfits devil lock going on. Just can't seem to find our frame either. you can hear that soft absorption when the head hits the round. That's sort of the water sponging it in. When it cracks, it's that crack you're looking for, the dry wood. Yeah, it's getting in there real good. Excuses, excuses. Ooh, that was a good smack. Another good one. Got a bit of a split running down the side now. Try it one more time this side to see if we can get a double half before we turn it. Not a chance. It's in there good now. See that? Got a split down the side again. Closer and closer.
Wake up and take the fog off. Another page to the log. Bringing up the brain to spew
Let's
another
see, one hand,
dancing with the
top of the round, the other hand, palm down on each, lift with your arm and stand.
Took a break, cause a break is often enough to shake off leeches that like to go harder the more you try to pull the leashes. Move on, only thing I can send my regrets are pieces worth the Jonesy's piece of art is a
Palm down, arm under, palm, other palm on the top, lift with your arm, stand with your left back leg, or right back leg if you're left-handed.
Some days like it, Lord, that I sink through when I hit it. I don't use my heart enough. I don't love me. I don't see the value in collecting trust. I'm fumbling from these boundaries I haven't placed yet. I'm running. I'm in the water, blinded by the beauty while I'm hunting for the one thing. Grass on my face, trapped in the maze of my ways. It's the downfall. Put 'em up by the time that I'm on call. Grass on my face, trapped in the maze of my ways. It's the downfall. But I'm up by the time that I'm on call. On the vision focus, hosting the liquor process print the paper, and people show it poses. Nothing, searching for the substance, surfing on a budget, persevering, seeking what's behind the what if. Oh shit, posted with the notebook, stoked enough to show up here, stoked enough to throw up fun. Found it, prop it up on a pedestal, crowned it. How it came to me, it seems that nothing changed, doubt it. Must be microscopic, missing. Most of the times I dodge and kiss it. From now on it talks and listen. To lose more time with it is not on the list.
There you go.
Loud and clear, won't miss it.
In threes. Okay, if you've recently tuned in, again, to catch you up, this is an antique maul we were gifted for today's video. Trying to break the rest of this handle. There's been some missed swings and it's been smashed down a bit. It lasted through that other soaking wet giant round and a good wave through this big sponge. So let's go over to our work area and I'll show you how to repair this. Or do you want me to keep cutting for a bit? I could use a break, but let me know.
Sometimes I feel like I'm the rebirth of Machiavelli, a newer version of Einstein, Machiavelli, cause I speak iller than these MCs.
Well, we got some viewers.
I just got these MCs.
What are you guys thinking? Take a break?
Like just my brain is oozing out.
do a bit of a repair job on the handle of the small. We're talking to walls. Davidson's back.
Yo, what's up?
Okay, we'll wander over to our little workstation. This live stream themed a little bit like Mr. Rogers. We do have a workstation set up. Just over yonder. We might have to readjust the camera again, but hang tight. Just some minor adjustments for y'all out there at YouTube live stream land. Okay, hopefully this is bright enough. Maybe a little too bright. So what we're basically looking to do is reinforce this part of the axe. I'm going to drop this down, getting a lot of glare off those candles. Okay. So first thing, you're going to want to take your carpenter's wood glue, saturate that area a little bit. Get into those splits in there. Just your basic first step. You guys see okay? Do you want me to pull in some more light? Oh, I can't even see comments right now the way the phone's sitting. Just gonna grab a little more light. Okay, there we go. As I was saying, this is old glue, so really got to get in there. But you want to get in there real good with that wood glue, carpenter's glue. You're looking to compress this with paracord afterwards. And then what we'll do is we'll throw the axe head to soak in some linseed oil to absorb some of the water and linseed oil mixture in order for the head to swell a little bit more. And maybe this will last a while before the handle needs replacing. So I'll show you how to do a straight lashing once I get a little bit more glue on this axe handle under this head. So your straight lashing, we've got our Hank paracord quick deploy wrap going on. Just pull the one end and it all comes out. You can check some of our knot videos. I think I explained that a couple of times in there. So you want to take your length and measure it and making a bite, and then place that bite, your sort of dead end and your running end, or your working end, down the hatchet. And we're going to land this one probably right in this crook here. So you've got your dead end, your static end, and your running end. So from there, you want to make it a little bit longer maybe. It's not going to hurt. It's always better to have too much length than not enough. And the glue will hold it in there pretty decently. Pretty decently, I said. And you want to take your working end, or your running end, and wrap it around your static end.
Yo,
Come back up and under.
Austin, you there?
Nope. And bring it underneath your axe head.
What are you up to, man?
Live streaming a YouTube video.
All right, do your thing, bro.
And just keep wrapping it all the way up. Not sure who that was. And around underneath the axe head. All the way up to the top of your bite. See, you know, if this is a video, I could just fast forward it so you guys aren't so bored. We're also noticing during the distraction that it slipped up a bit. See if we can just wedge it down a tiny bit. And keep climbing that bite that you have placed under there. Your static end, we'll figure that out in just a bit here once we reach the top of our bite. So now that you're just about quarter to halfway done, give it a bit of a pull, keep it all dressed together, and you'll be looking a little bit like that, chasing the top of that bite. Don't worry if it's a little loose, it'll all come together when we're finished. Almost there. Give it one more. You need this top of the loop exposed to finish the wrap off. I think we can just pull off one more wrap. So when you go across like this, it's called a wrap. When you come down around, that's called a frap. See if we can expose the top of this loop up here. Just like that. So cutting it. And you take your running end, or your working end, and pass it through that bite that you've left exposed at the top, like that. I'm dealing with shadows here. Run it all the way through without looping your knife. Make sure that top last wrap isn't coming undone. So it's pulled through. Grab your static or your dead end or whichever end you want to call it and pull that through. Essentially, it just pulls that lashing through, giving you a nice wrap of paracord to guard it. So you're going to want to cut, just take this end, cut it right off. And then you can slide, hopefully, your wrap back up to the top. Just inch it along. You want it snug against the head. And then pull that out. So as a result, it should just be buried behind, but the distraction kind of took us out of our placement. So now that it's pulled out, it's okay. It gives us a good example, a good chance to exemplify how to fix it. So just a simple overhand knot, tied nice and tight. The glue will hold the wrap in place regardless. Now that you've got that, you want to cut off your excess ends. And then it being paracord, it does have a nylon component to it. So you want to take your lighter and just burn the ends off. And you're going to want to be careful because the plastic component in the nylon can drip hot nylon off onto you. Tap it down with your lighter. Do the same to the other end. I mean, it's not going to fray anyway. We're just cleaning it up so it looks nice. It is knotted, which will defeat the fray, the possibility of fray. If you can just land that flame on it. This can be one of the problems with Zippos. There we go. And you don't want it to stick to the handle because it'll hold a good chance of cracking off. Okay, now you've got your knot at the end. Not going to want to use this for a bit. You're going to want to let it dry. It is a little looser than we would have liked. Apologies for the distraction. But should do. Okay, that's that. So after a lot of hard work, as such, to save the aches and pains of all your physical labor, you'd be lucky to have a bourbon and a hot tub nearby. Come for a walk with me. Alexa, play Spotify.
Okay, here's Spotify.
Some of you might be a little concerned with the fact that I have Alexa. A lot of people worry about it listening in. Thing is, there's a place called the Hackery in Vancouver, British Columbia, that I've gone to a number of times. These guys do missile guidance systems and stuff for the military, or they used to at least, all kinds of things like that. And they informed me of a little app you can get to augment your Alexa. So even if it is listening, it scatters your location, so no one knows where you actually are. If I ask Alexa to call my phone, half the time it comes up like New York, New Brunswick, New Jersey, New Hampshire, New Orleans. Just as long as it's near. I'm just going to double check our wood pile, make sure we haven't left anything of importance out here before we get into the hot tub. Getting dark out. Sky's a little overcast. Don't know that we're going to see any stars tonight. speaker, iPad, hoodie, hatchet, and axe. Not that it's not safe to leave it out here, just given the season change, you can never really predict the weather all that wonderfully. My biggest hopes is that we get all of this wood done timely enough before rainfall. I mean, a lot of it is core wet, which is fine. I was actually thinking about ordering another cord and stashing that, leaving this to dry out, or actively drying it out of the fires that are burning. Okay. Another sad thing about live videos is you guys don't get to see rigs. Say hi, rigs. That be the rigs dog. If you guys are new to the channel and you don't know about rigs, the last video we put up was a bit of a rigs special. Talks about where he came from, rescuing him from the fight circuit in Texas, so on. Okay. So I don't know about you guys, but I've got a bourbon with my name on it and a bunch more wood to get at tomorrow. So I'm going to jump in the hot tub and have a bourbon. Feel free to join me. I'm going to keep the camera above waist level for this. Shameless. And thought I'd let you guys check it out. This is my little dedication to Riggs tattoo. It's actually off the Melvin's album cover Houdini, the two-headed dog. I can't see comments or anything. Got some viewers kicking around out there. Where are you guys tuning in from? It's a lot more awkward when you're trying to stay out of camera focus, or frame for that matter. All right. Sorry guys, a lot of distractions going on. I forgot what I went to the other room for, and then I remembered. It's towel time. Come on up, Bugsy. Got to have the fire, but we're not going to mess around with any ferro rods or anything right now. Just a bit of gas and lighter spark. And we're dried out. A little more gas. She probably is a wooden match, but maybe we should change the playlist up a little bit. We also have access to the full catalog of James Legg, so let's try that out. Can you guys even hear the music? Alexa, play James Legg.
This is James Blake from Spotify.
Alexa, play James Legg.
Playing songs by James Young from Spotify.
That is not what we're looking for. 1 second. Alexa, play James Legg.
Played by James from Spotify.
Alexa, play James Legg.
Shuffling Rick Fonio, Richard Riaz Yoder.
Alexa, play James Legg. Drinking too much.
Shuffling Rick Fonio,
Alexa,
Richard
play James Legg. Drinking too much.
Drinking Too Much, and similar songs on Amazon Music.
So, I don't know if this is what you guys are expecting from the live stream, but taking our pace with all the wood that we gotta cut. And the thing about a hot tub is you want to use it after the work before you're sore the next day to alleviate the sore the next day. This video feels a little bit ridiculous. A lot of quiet people out there. So we're gonna crack a bourbon, and we're getting sick of talking to ourselves here. Too bad you can't see the detail in these. They're pretty nice. Nice little glass from set of, I believe it was Playdate. RV brought those over as a donation to the channel after mine got smashed and stolen last New Year's. Trying to stay away from branding, but I think a lot of you can probably tell what type of bourbon this is. Riggs. He's a little scared of water. Seems that they were probably sprayed and they were being kenneled at the fight circuit. So I think the drop off into water kind of spooked him a bit. He ran inside. Riggs. There he is in there. He'll just sit in the window and watch ever so impatiently. So no one's talking to me. What do you guys want to hear about? We talked about the live stream series that we're going to be doing. Coming up. Kicking it off with this live woodcut stream. Oh, our battery power is going down. So we're a little over an hour anyway, at an hour and 25 minutes. We predicted an hour. But, yeah. We'll just keep going until our battery dies. Enter into a different nicotine delivery system. Again, PSA about not smoking cigarettes with dead lighters. This could be a great opportunity to show you how to fix a soaked lighter, but here's a trick to bellows your fire. These matches have been out for a bit, so let's see how damp they are. Oh, it's looking pretty rough. It's like an old 50s movie up in here. So no one's talking to me. All those viewers out there, and no one's saying a word. So we'll go back over things. Starting a live series now. Kind of burn out after a bit. Like a lot of YouTubers, I'm doing all of the writing, concept development, graphic design, the thumbnails and everything else, the promotion, the filming, the editing, all by myself. So over time, it gets to be a bit tedious. So we're switching over to some live videos. Kicking off this one, it was just pure levity.